Have you thought about the full ramifications of this NSA problem that we face? The fact that the NSA is able to listen to every phone call, to gather every email. Pray tell me how you're supposed to fight a lawsuit against a government who is able to hear every single detail about you in any of your communications and is able to put together a profile of what you like and what you don't like and who your best friends are and what your favorite things are. If you get into a lawsuit with the United States government for some reason, God forbid, how are you supposed to win that whenever the other side has absolute positive control and can hear every single conversation that you're having, even with your attorney over the phone? The system that is being built in America and around the world today with this NSA technology, this global snooping operation, will be turned against the American people. It will be used against the American people. It will be used against the people of the world. And I know that there are some in our audience who think the NSA is just the best thing since sliced bread. They love the fact that the government sticks their hands down their pants when they go to the airport. They love the fact that their phone call is being intercepted because they never know. They might be a terrorist. There's a lot of people who love themselves some NSA, and they actually believe in the goodness of government. But let's make one thing clear. Those people who believe in the NSA and believe in the work that the United States government is doing around the world as it snoops upon other nations without their consent and snoops upon its own citizens without their consent, those people who believe that this is a good idea are 100% ignorant of history, because the number one exterminator of the human population over the last 200 years has not been terrorists. It has been governments. Our founding fathers knew this principle because they placed safeguards into our Constitution to prevent the tyranny that we see today. Those who understand the history of tyranny can identify tyranny when they see it. And those with eyes to see and ears to hear can see and hear the fact that we are descending into another era of gross government control and tyranny. The only thing that has worked in the past whenever governments have gotten this out of control is to starve them. The American people should demand a national referendum vote to be held on the NSA. I'd like to be able to walk into a polling booth and be able to vote on whether I want the NSA to be able to have access to my phone calls and to my emails. And there should be a little checkbox on that vote that says, I vote to defund the NSA. Why? Why should I have that right? Why should you have that right? Well, where do you think the money comes from to fund the NSA? You think China pays for it? You think that India pays for it? You think that Britain pays for it? You are the funder of the NSA. You are the one that pays the bills for these NSA agents. You're the one who pays the bills for the NSA officials. You are the one that's financing the large, enormous NSA center that is going out into the hills and mountains of Utah that will serve as a data collection center for the entire global data. You are financing that. And you know what's so funny about it? You never even knew you were financing it, did you? It seems as if those who understand the basics of the American Revolution and what our Constitution is based on, it seems as if they would immediately recognize that if the government were doing something covertly and forcing you to pay for it, that would be unconstitutional. The problem is that in the wake of 9/11, as we were scared and concerned and worried, and as anthrax was being sent to the Washington's Capitol, I mean, it was just a huge Hollywood production, wasn't it? Designed to scare the living daylights out of you to give up all of your rights. And so what this government is able to say now is they're able to say, we're not violating any laws whenever we sift through your emails. We've already passed a law for that. Oh, we're not violating any laws when we pick you up off of the side of the road and hold you indefinitely without charges. That's part of the law. You know, Hitler, it is said, never violated a single German law during his entire time in office. Why? Because he had passed all of the laws that he needed to accomplish what he needed to do. So too in Washington. that they are passing laws that do not represent the overall public nor our best interests, and they are covertly operating, in fact, a simultaneous secret court, the FISA court, that operates alongside and autonomously from the Supreme Court. Friends, you better wake up. You better wake up as to what they are doing to this nation. You better wake up. It will not get better simply because more time passes. In fact, it's exactly the opposite. The more time that passes, the more that you, like a frog sitting in the boiling pot of water, are going to suddenly realize that the water is too hot. But it'll then be too late.